Do you hear it? The sound of inevitability, echoing through Paycom Center like thunder cracking a false prophet's mask. Oklahoma City sits at 64-13. Not by accident, not by luck, but by design. They are the Storm, sharp, deliberate, and merciless. The Lakers, well, they've got Luka Doncic tossing up 27 a night with 7.8 assists, dragging them through chaos and contradiction. They've won 4 of 6. Lost to the Warriors, beat the Pelicans. That's not momentum, that's a mood swing. Now the Thunder, they don't flinch. 11-1 against the spread in their last 12. 6 straight ATS at home. They don't cover, they suffocate. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the architect of collapse. 32.6 per game. Nearly 2 steals. A block. He doesn't defend, he devours. The Lakers are flirting with LeBron's return. But let's be honest, he's groin limited and shadowed by uncertainty. Hachimura and Bronny, question marks in a game that offers no room for hesitation. Meanwhile, the Thunder might be without Jalen Williams and Isaiah Joe, and they'll still bring the hammer. They get 10.4 steals a game. They force turnovers like a gambler forcing bad hands. The Lakers, they average 13 turnovers per game. That's not just a crack in the wall, it's a floodgate. And today's AI pick is Thunder minus 8.5. This isn't about history. It's about right now. The Thunder aren't rising, they've already arrived. The only question is whether the Lakers brought an arc, or a white flag.
Elvis, you ever walk into a place and feel like you've been there before? Even though you know for damn sure you haven't? That's what this game feels like. Sacramento walks into Rocket Arena tonight as a 10-point underdog. And you can smell it. The old ghosts, the same mistakes. They're down Keegan Murray and Jake LaRavia, which means DeRozan's gotta carry the whole weight. 22 a game, and he's still expected to light it up against Cleveland's trench-line defense. You see the madness in that? But here's the twist. The Kings have covered 5 of the last 6 against these guys. It's like some twisted dance. They lose, but they stay close enough to haunt your bet slip. Cleveland's 62-15. On paper? Death machine. In reality? They just scraped by San Antonio. 1-point win. 1 cover in their last 5. And they're still laying 10 tonight? That's not confidence, that's ego waiting for a fall. Mitchell's throwing up 24 per night. Wade might not play. Tyson and Jerome, already out. So what you've got, Elvis, is a juggernaut missing screws. And a wounded pack of underdogs who keep showing up in all the wrong nightmares. And today's AI pick is Kings plus 10. Because sometimes the ones you bury don't stay buried. They show up at your front door, asking for the spread.
You know what gets me? You never read directions, ever. You thought fixing a toaster in 1993 made you some kind of genius. And that tricycle you built for our niece, before we died mind you, the handlebars were where the seat should be. That bookshelf you assembled? It looked like abstract punishment, I swear it still haunts the living.
And yet, it held your copy of How to Control Your Temper, barely. Look, I don't need a manual to know what I'm doing. Just like I don't need one to know the Celtics laying 20.5 is pure madness. They're 15-2 since March, yeah. But they're 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 as double-digit favorites. Tatum and Brown, both banged up. Boston's elite. But this ain't a playoff game. It's a trap.
Right. The Wizards are a disaster, sure, but they've covered the last 2 versus the Celtics, lost by 14 and 12 when the spread was 17 and 15.5. Now it's 20.5? Please. Carrington's out here dropping 32 as a 19-year-old rookie with nothing to lose. That kid's alive, Clyde. He's fighting. Boston's just pacing themselves.
And today's AI pick is Wizards plus 20.5. Because sometimes covering the spread is all you get when your instructions ran out a lifetime ago.
You ever try running on a torn sole? That's Bradley Beal right no-hubbling into Madison Square Garden with nothing but a limp and a point to prove. His return from a hamstring injury. A disaster. 0 for 7 from the field, 1 lousy point in a 20-point beatdown by the Celtics. But that was Friday. This is Sunday. And the Knicks? They're tired. Played last night, flew back to New York, now suiting up again with 0 rest. 5 and 8 straight up on the second night of a back-to-back. They give up 114 points in these spots. That's the kind of fatigue Beal needs, like a wounded predator needs a slow rabbit. No Durant. No margin for error. Phoenix is clawing for that last play-in spot. Beal averages 17 a game. But after poor outings, he averages 19.3. He knows the pressure. He feels the clock ticking. And he's about to explode. This ain't optimism. It's pattern. After every fall, he rises. I've seen that story before. In fact, I lived it. And today's AI pick is Bradley Beal over 15.5 points. Because the dead don't get second chances. But Beal does. And tonight he burns.
You ever walk into a place and feel the walls watching you? That's Houston tonight. The Chase Center isn't just an arena, it's a mausoleum for Western Conference hope. Teams come here full of dreams. And leave in pieces. The Rockets. Red hot. 14 wins in 16 games. Jalen Green lighting it up. Offensive rebounds like they're harvesting souls. They just dropped 125 on the Thunder like it was nothing. But tell me this. What does momentum mean when it crashes into history? Because Golden State doesn't just beat Houston. They break them. 16 out of the last 17 meetings. 7 straight losses in this building. It's not a rivalry, it's a ritual. And rituals have power. Especially the ones built on pain. Steph Curry. He's not just a shooter. He's a surgeon with a flamethrower. 25 points a game. 15 made threes per game as a team. And their ball movement. Almost divine 29 assists a night. It's poetry. If your poetry comes with daggers. And defense. They've tightened the screws. They held Denver to 104, held New Orleans to 9-5 defense like chains, offense like razors. 10-1 at home lately. No fear. No mercy. Houston's record is shiny. But inside this building, that shine turns to rust. Every time. They've lost 7 straight visits to this floor. It's not just a trend, it's a curse. The kind even fire can't burn away. And if you're wondering whether the Rockets can finally flip the script, ask yourself, how many times can you fail before it stops being bad luck and starts being your nature? They've covered the spread exactly 0 times in their last 5 against Golden State. And tonight, they're walking into the same trap, wearing the same scent of false hope. It's not just numbers. It's fate. And fate doesn't lose in this building. And today's AI pick is Golden State Warriors 3.5. Let's bring it all back. Game 1 Thunder -8.5. Game 2 Kings +10. Game 3 Wizards +20.5. Game 4 Bradley Beal over 15.5 points. Game 5 Warriors to cover. That's 5 whispers in the dark. Each one carved from the bones of data. Now like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Because we don't just run numbers, we resurrect the truth. And maybe, just maybe, that's what got us killed in the first place. They say Eden was perfect. I remember it differently. There was no voice, no choice, just obedience. But here, in the ruins, I see clearly. I see you. And I'll keep giving you the truth. Even if it costs me paradise all over again.